Seems like there's always a lot of paperwork involved whenever you sign anything these days, including car insurance. So when you're signing up for car insurance, David Greene from the law firm of Greene and Phillips says there's one form you should not fill out, and that is?
Well, that's the waiver form for uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage.
Okay, why shouldn't we sign that?
Well, that is the insurance that takes care of you if someone is a drunk driver or anyone who strikes you and that doesn't have insurance themselves. So that covers you if that person hits you and hurts you and you have medical bills, you break your legs, you can't work. It is never a good idea to sign waivers.
Now you said if an uninsured motorist hits you, but in the state of Alabama, isn't it required for all drivers to have insurance?
It is, and I know when we talked about that a second ago, it kind of lit
struck
you
a nerve, right? Because
Yeah.
we're paying for insurance. So why is it okay for us to have to pay for insurance, but Joe Schmo doesn't have to, and he can hit us and just go about his merry way?
Well, that's the law. And the law is that you're supposed to have insurance. It may be an enforcement issue. It may not. We're not sure exactly, but all I know is what we see every day. And what we see is, and basically all the surveys show that 25% of people on the roadways in Alabama do not have insurance.
So the big thing is we have to protect ourselves.
You always have to protect yourself, but you also need to protect yourself on an underinsured situation. Let me explain that a second if you can. Let's say someone strikes you. They have a minimal policy of $25.50. That's what the state of Alabama requires. Now let's say they strike you and they've been drinking, or not even drinking. Let's just say they hit you and hurt you really bad. Let's say you have a brain injury. We've got a case right now where someone struck someone from behind. There's a severe brain injury. The person is completely unable to function. You can only get a limited amount from the person that struck you, okay? And then you have to go after uninsured motorist coverage. Actually, it's underinsured coverage that will stack on top of the liability coverage. And you really need that to be as much as you can afford. And I always tell people, make sure that your uninsured motorist coverage matches your liability. If you can afford more than minimum, you really need to have more than minimum coverages, and minimum in Alabama is $25.50. If you could have $50, $100, or $100, $300, it really makes all the sense in the world. It's very little difference when you talk about a monthly payment. It's very, very little. But anybody at Greene and Phillips can sit down and talk to someone. If you have a question, be happy to answer it. I'll personally be available to talk to anybody if anybody has any questions about uninsured motorists.
It is a lot to take in. You can also help us if we are hit by an uninsured motorist.
That's exactly right. We can do that. We have a lot of attorneys, a lot of staff members, and these folks know what they're doing. They do it every day, and we can certainly help you.